everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to Tammy Talks. If you're brand new to my channel, go ahead hit that subscribe button. If you are a returning viewer and you still have not subscribed, go ahead hit the subscribe button, thumbs up the video, and hop into the comments down below. So this episode wasn't a whole lot of anything, really. I feel like the previews kind of overhyped what they thought it was going to be, but I thought the episode was actually kind of boring. So this is Lo-and-Be-Holt Huntsville, season 13, episode 19, Lo-and-Be-Holt. It starts off with Tiffany coming up to Melody's office. She is meeting with her because Melody wants to hire some interns to work for her company. And Tiffany, who I guess I forgot what Tiffany's job is exactly, but Tiffany is able to secure interns for her. So she's going to bring them up there so Melody can interview them. We then see Melody at Stormy's house because that's where the video release party is going to be. Remember, they filmed it at Stormy's house. So Melody tells Gigi, who was like one of her media people, that she wants the interns to like prove their worth at the event tonight. So that means making sure that they, like, she goes hard on them. She wants them to be nice and courteous and warm and inviting to everybody, because this is basically the blueprint. This is the trial run to see if they're really ready to work for Mel. So so we're at the night of the release party, and Kimmy and Maurice are joking with Destiny about the honeymoon, saying they're going to take her on the one that she gave them. Miss Wanda, who was there, tells them tells Kimmy, don't take a single woman on the trip with your husband. And it turns into this whole thing where, of course, Miss Wanda has to try to get her 15 minutes of fame and has to try to get some camera time. Nothing about Miss Wanda is entertaining. Nothing about this lady is fun. I don't see why some of y'all that do like Miss Wanda like her. I would be embarrassed if she was my mother. Not because of her looks, not because of how she talks, not because of the fact that she pronounces words wrong. It's more so of the fact that she clearly like just says whatever just for attention. And I'm like, I thought you weren't gonna bring your mama to nothing else. Why is she even there? But whatever. So Destiny asks Miss Wanda for some advice on a good relationship. And I'm like, why are you asking her? So Wanda tells her to make sure she has a good butterfly, which is basically to be good in sex. And she tells her communication and motivation. So then it turns into Miss Wanda talking about her two boyfriends. She says one is a husband, one is a boyfriend. And then for some reason they get onto this talk about side chicks. Kimmy, who I feel like a hit dog will holler. Kimmy, who always gets a little bit offended at the notion of the talk of side chicks, asks why does the conversation always come back to that? Why does it always come back to that? And I just kind of feel like if you're not one, if you were never one with Maurice, why are you so bothered by this? I guess I don't understand that. But on the flip side, I am not a side chick, so I can see how, in some respects, that would be kind of annoying to her. But I feel like Kimmy like goes way too hard with it. So Kimmy mentions that Patricia, who she says that everyone should know, and when she asks Tisha, Tisha has an attitude with it. Tisha does not like Patricia, I tell you that. So Patricia apparently is one of Marceau and Maurice's brother's ex-wives. So that must have been the woman from last episode. I didn't catch her name, but I'm assuming that's her. And Tisha says that she was supposed to come because she can definitely vouch for the fact that Kimmy was not the side chick. We did not get into why Tisha don't like Patricia, but I feel like Tisha is also a woman who feels very strongly that if you are her friend, you should have her back at all times without fail. Like, never calling her out on anything, even if she's wrong. You need to have her back through and through. So I get the feeling that Patricia was not that type of person, and that Patricia was not just um down for the cause even when the cause is wrong. So I think that's why Tisha doesn't like her. So then we have Wanda. She goes over to speak to Miss Vanessa, and Miss Wanda is telling her how she didn't like the way that Vanessa was talking to her last time they were all together. And Miss Vanessa is saying, like, stop giving my child this messy advice. Why are you constantly inserting yourself into other people's relationships? Why are you constantly inserting yourself um into other people's business? You know what I mean? And Miss Wanda is operating under the guise of, I can speak on whatever I want to speak to, and what's wrong with me telling her to stay with a good man? And Miss Vanessa is just kind of like, why would you tell somebody to stay in a relationship that's as toxic as this? And Miss Wanda is saying she can only go by what she sees. And I'm thinking, don't you see how toxic this relationship is? But like I said again, Miss Wanda is literally there because she wants attention. She wants to be on TV. She's hoping that she can parlay some type of she's hoping she can parlay probably a spin-off off of this with Tisha. Like, the entire thing is weird. It's absolutely weird. So Miss Wanda tells Miss Vanessa that she has the right to speak on anything that she sees, just like if she wants to speak on something, she can. So Miss Vanessa brings up the fact that there are tons of rumors about, Marceau, that Marceau has, all these other women, that Marceau has a baby out there, outside baby. And Miss Wanda is like, well, that's not true. So it comes to the point of, why are you believing what you're seeing about my daughter on the internet, but something comes up about your son-in-law, and you can say in such confidence that it's not true? And that's all that Miss Vanessa is trying to get at. But Miss Wanda is just kind of on some, no, that's not, like, I can't deal with her. I hate every scene that Miss Wanda is on. I truly do. So they have a little back and forth, and then it turns into Miss Vanessa being like, "Look, we're here to celebrate Melody. This is not what we're gonna do tonight. Stop it." And then of course Miss Wanda always talks big and bad in the confessionals about how, she got the right one on the right day. And it's like, girl, you ain't gonna do nothing. You're not gonna do a damn thing, Miss Wanda. Stop it. So then we have Tisha, Kimmy, Destiny, and Tiffany. So they're sitting around, and for whatever reason, Tisha's messy ass Tisha brings up how at Destiny's event she was sitting down with Tiffany, and she was kind of asking her some questions about herself, because she does not know anything about her. And I meant to bring that up earlier. Tiffany tells Melody how Tisha came up to her and was like, "We don't know any dirt about you. We don't know any dirt about you." And Melanie was kind of like, "What the hell is going on too?" So, oops. So the conversation basically revolves around, they feel that Tiffany's not being as transparent as she's asking everyone else to be. And I hate to admit it, but I agree. So Tisha was saying how she was asking Tiffany, why did she get divorced? What happened in her divorce? Tiffany is saying that she just said that she wanted different. And Destiny and Kimmy were all like, well, what is different? What is different? And Tiffany kind of like doesn't want to say what it was. And Tisha feels that that's not her being, authentic. That's not her being transparent. That's not her being truthful. So then Kimmy says, "Why is it that you, Tiffany, can choose when you want to be transparent, but we can't?" And I agree with Kimmy on that, because Tiffany has been the main one saying that, oh, you guys aren't transparent. We're supposed to be transparent, but it seemed like Tiffany doesn't want to answer any questions, because let's not forget, Tiffany came on that scene and she called out Destiny, said that she met Destiny when her husband was there with somebody, which he met. Tiffany came on saying that she met Destiny and remembers her interaction with Destiny when she came up to Destiny at a party, because she was speaking to her because she thought that she was the woman that she saw her ex-husband with. She called out the fact that Monster was vaping. So it's like Tiffany can come in and be a shit stir and call out what she thinks people should be more transparent about. But then when, her feet are put to the fire, she doesn't want to do it. And that's basically what they were calling her out for. Basically what they were calling her out for. And she like didn't understand that, and I feel like she made a bunch of excuses for that. So Tiffany was just kind of like, I'm just challenging you guys to be different. And in this scenario, then we can do it within this group. And I'm like, nah, let's call bullshit when we see it. Tiffany wants to come in and be in everybody else's business, but when they are trying to get in her business, she has a problem with it. So for Tiffany to say that the venue that they were in right now, even though these women have been filming together for a couple of months, you know these women, you don't want to be asked about your divorce, but you first met these women and you came in hot and heavy at Destiny's party. So then Tisha brings up and was like, we don't know anything about you. We don't know if, we don't know if your son is by your ex-husband. And I said, well, what does that have to do with anything? I feel like stuff like that is something that will come up just kind of like with time. So I feel like Tisha lost me. Tisha definitely lost me on there. But, I mean, I guess Tisha's line of questioning made sense, because that's the type of shit that Tiffany does ask them. So then Tiffany turns and was like, well, I just feel like, asking something like that is messy. And I'm like, is it though? Is it messy? And typically, I don't agree with Tisha ever. But I was with Tisha, like, how is that really messy when this is the type of stuff that you do? So then Tiffany turns to Kimmy and was like, well, I would never ask you, Kimmy, if Jalen is Maurice's son. And I'm like, that's being messy, because you know damn well that boy is not. So it's kind of like Tiffany's the type that likes to throw the rock, but hide her hand. She doesn't want to have to answer to anything. She doesn't want to give too much of herself. So then she feels like, if you want to get to know me, you can do it on a one-on-one level, not here at something where we're supposed to be celebrating someone. As if she didn't ask them those questions at Destiny's birthday party. So it's like, Tiffany, I don't know. Tiffany really doesn't need to come back. I know we see on the preview for the reunion that Carlos tells her that people are calling for her to be fired, and Tiffany looks shocked. But it's like, she really does not add any value to the show. Not from what I can see, she doesn't, at least. So, Tiffany just brings up how her and Destiny got to the point where they could find out, different things about each other, that they both grew up in foster care, etc., by them going out and sitting down and talking. And I feel like I feel like Tisha just wanted to start a pot, but because it was Tiffany, in the way that Tiffany has been moving, I didn't have a problem with it. So then we have Melody, and she's trying to walk out with this dog. Trying to mimic her walking out like she did in the video. In the video, she has a grown dog. At the video premiere, she got this puppy that didn't want to walk. And I mean, anybody that's had a dog, we all know puppies are gonna do what puppies want to do. That dog didn't walk. She was damn near dragging his little ass out. He was not here for it, but he was cute. So we watched the video shoot. Everyone's okay with it. Everyone's cheering her on. The video was nice. The song is decent. Tisha is shocked that in the video, Melody mentions you had a baby with someone else. She claims that she didn't, she's never heard that part of the song. And I'm like, okay, Tisha. I feel like Tisha just likes to play dumb. Tisha just likes to play dumb for whatever reason. So then we have Destiny. And I've told y'all that I feel like Destiny does not want Melody to have any other friends outside of her. So Destiny is in this space where her life is changing. She was married for a hot Trishka of a second, and now that her life has changed, she is like latching on to Melody. And when Melody does not have the time for her with her multiple businesses, her 4 kids, and then just her other friends, Destiny can't take it. So Destiny pulls Melody to the side at her party, mind you, pulls her to the side to talk about the fact that Destiny does not have a village. So it's coming across very jealous because Melody has Melody has her mom. Melody has some friends that can watch the kids. And Melody still has Martell, who is still very involved in those kids' lives. They share custody, and we've seen both of them have the kids. So Destiny goes on this like rant about how Melody is supposed to be helping her with her village, and she does not have a village, and she feels like that Melody dismisses her feelings about that. So Melody is like, why are we talking about this right now? And that's how I was feeling. Why are we talking about this right now? But whatever. So Melody tells her that her village changed once she got divorced. You know what I mean? So because it went from, if my mom can't watch the kids, let's call Martell's mom. They're now divorced. So Melody's village got cut in half. But Melody said that her village was kind of pieced together within the last year or so. And Destiny is on this, well, let me be your village too. We can be each other's village. And Melody is just on some, I got my village, but I'm here for you. Basically on some, I really don't need any help, but if you need some help, I got you. And Destiny gets like offended. And I'm thinking, girl, if you are crying about not having a village, I'm not sending my kids over to your villageless house. And I just feel like that's just what it is. If you say that you're struggling because you don't have a village with one child, why would Melody bring her 4 extra kids, one of which is a baby, over and add more stress and more people in that? Like, that just doesn't make sense, Destiny. Destiny wanted camera time. Destiny wanted some camera time, y'all. So that's all that was. She wasn't serious about this. So then she's like getting mad and she's like, well, I can watch your kids. And Melody tells her, my kids don't really be checking for you like that. And like, as much as people be like, well, that's foul to say, no, you need to send kids where they're comfortable. If her kids don't want to be at Destiny's house, they don't want to be at Destiny's house. So then Melody kept probing. Destiny kept pushing and pushing and pushing. So Melody finally told her, well, look, my kids say you boring. They be like, look, there go boring Destiny. Destiny is offended that a 8-year-old and a 4-year-old don't like her. Girl, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. So they're like she's like offended and is like, well, you shouldn't let your kids talk about parents or about adults like that. So then it turns into, don't tell me how to raise my kids. And I'm like, y'all, this entire conversation shouldn't be going on right now. So Melody is really trying to wrap it up. And it's like, I want to get back to the party. And Destiny keeps telling her, we're supposed to be here for each other. Melody is in all but saying, girl, I don't need you. I'm cool. My village is solid. My village is set right now. I've gotten my village to a point where I'm comfortable with it. My kids are comfortable with it. It's working for me. However, if you need something, girl, I got you. And I don't see what's wrong with that statement. I don't know why Destiny was making such a big deal about this. You know what I mean? It was weird. So then Destiny is like, well, I got your back too. And it's like, she don't need you. She don't need your help. She don't need your help. She don't need your fucking help, Destiny. Girl, she's trying to say that without saying it to you. So Melanie like walks off on her. It gets loud. They go back over there and everybody is like, is everything okay? And they're like, it's fine. So then Martell shows up. And Martell, we thought it was gonna be drama. Martell said he came on some positive vibes. He wanted to make sure that Melanie knew that she supported him. He understands that any success that she has benefits their children. She kind of tells him, you could have called me for that because you weren't invited for a reason. And I felt that. You weren't invited for a reason. But he said he came with the best intentions and everything seemed to work out fine. For now, for them, they had a good night. They did the end of season cast wrap ups. And next episode is going to be the beginning of the 3-part reunion. And that reunion looks messy AF. That reunion looks super messy. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my recaps of the reunion or any of the other videos that I do. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.